Team starting with the visiting Lions and a key
good,
change for head coach David Kiefer. Antonio Gordon will not start after injuring his ankle in the game yesterday. So enter Joe Kasperzik, getting his first start of the season, a very capable player. And on the FGCU side, they're going with the lineup that right now has been their best lineup. A lot of size in Rivers and Samuel and tons of shot blocking ability with those two. FGCU with the basketball first. Tavian Dunmartin has been the superstar of the week for FGCU. Rivers gets the first shot of the night, and it's good. A triple for the Eagles.
Well, deja vu all over again, John, because he hit his first three last night also. Except he was at the top of the key, showing some versatility.
Yeah, a 6'8" forward who can stroke the three is a luxury for head coach Michael Fly. The Eagles got a 10-point win last night against Western Michigan. They were really pushed by the Broncos. Broncos had it down to a 4-point game pretty late, and FGCU able to pull away. There's a good drive, but everything but the finish for Jalen Hinton. The Division II Florida Southern transfer was the Sunshine State Player of the Year at the D2 level last season. Rivers saves it. Samuel lays it in.
Well, see, Dakota Rivers gives you energy. Long, quick, and stays with the ball.
So the loss of their big man, Gordon, could prove crucial in this game as the three goes down for Ryan Burkhart. And we've got to whistle a quick timeout from southeastern Louisiana. We'll keep it right here. But Gordon, 6'9", is the tallest player in the rotation for the Lions. He is most likely out. He is in uniform, but we're told he's not going to play. And so they may have to use their 7-footer, Max Brackman, who has not played much this year for southeastern Louisiana. So we'll keep a close eye on whether Samuel and Rivers can really wreak some havoc down low with Gordon out of the mix. Gordon played at Kansas State, so he's guarded Samuel before. So that is a huge loss for the Lions as we take a look at David Kiefer, the head coach for the Lions. In his third season, was an assistant before being promoted to the head position, so he's been with the Lions since 2016. Very, very well traveled. He was a student manager at Kansas State and Cincinnati, and then on to 3 different junior colleges, a high school, and then South Carolina, where he was a video coach for the Gamecocks before landing with the Lions. So he's been all over the place. He and Michael Fly know each other well, the head coach for the Eagles. Coach Fly has had a pretty similar track, although less junior college experience. He was an assistant here for 7 years before getting promoted. He's in his 4th season since taking over for Joe Dooley. Largy makes the free throw to go up 6-3. And you feel like, Jay Webb, at this stage of Coach Fly's career, he's gotten this team going now. It's his roster, his most talented roster in his 4 seasons. It's time to go for the Eagles.
Well, it's all about chemistry and then how you play, you know. I mean, last year they had a very good team, and the COVID killed them. So you got to avoid injuries, and you've got to play the game.
Now, Okafor makes that shot. Eagles had 2 different stoppages because of positive COVID tests. So we're not able to play a full schedule. They had a winning record, but a similar mix this year with some outstanding transfers added to the roster. Caleb Cato cannot be more wide open, and he connects.
Well, they cannot leave Cato open.
Oh, and Eagles unable to get down on defense, and Jalen Hinton makes him pay.
Well, see, unable meant that they didn't hustle back. So that is absolutely unforgivable to get a point here and then give up one down there.
Kasperzik called on the foul?
Well, see, Kasperzik's has a higher basketball IQ than that, fouling a person out here. You're already short on the bench because of Gordon's injury. He can't afford to get in foul trouble.
Samuel hands to Caleb Cato, the local product, the senior. Easy pass for Samuel, who lays it home.
See, they've got no answer for the big dog. And even as Gordon was playing at 6'6", if he was guarding Samuel would be going, I got a mouse in the house.
Yeah, straight over the top. Samuel at 6'11", the transfer from TCU.
Now see, Largy put that block. Man alive.
Yeah, Largy the block. Largy wide open for three. Book it. Eagles opening up an 8-point lead. 15 points in a blink for FGCU.
But remember, Southeast has the ability to shoot. They had 4 guys shooting over 40% from the three.
Oh, good finish from Okafor, their leading scorer. Okafor goes for 15 points and 7 rebounds a game, shooting it better than 50% for the year. Largy breaks the press into the corner. Rivers a good look, off the mark. Rebound handled by Hinton. Hinton originally from Boston, but spent a couple of years at Jacksonville University and then on to Division II Florida Southern. As that one's knocked out of bounds, it'll be Southeastern basketball. Roger McFarland in for the first time for the Lions. Zach Anderson, the first man in off the bench for FGCU, hit a really big shot last night to put that win away over Western.
Well, coming in right now, Matt Strange, shooter. I'm telling you.
11 of the 15 players for the Lions played at other colleges before joining this roster, so they're a pretty veteran group. But also playing together this year for the first time, still getting acquainted with one another. They like to play fast. Baseline drive, good maneuver, couldn't finish. Okafor tracks it down, and there's a block by Samuel, but sticking with it is McFarland for the 2.
There's going to be a lot of those.
Rivers and Samuel certainly made their presence felt defensively last night. Anderson down the baseline, goes up strong. I think he got blocked by the bottom of the backboard there. Heading the other way is Claire Joe. He lost it out of bounds. It'll be Eagles ball. That'll take us to our first media timeout. High tempo action here in Fort Myers. We'll be right back here on ESPN+.
Championship action is when the ASUN is at its finest. That's why you'll want to visit asunphotos.com. ASUN Photos is present at every ASUN championship, capturing the action, including those must-have shots that you may have missed or want to save for a memory. We understand your passion, so when you want to relive those favorite moments, players, and special memories, start with the experts from asunphotos.com.
We began with Pinter's Crab Shack 18 years ago. Started buying from a little company on Pine Island, driving every day to get fresh product called Island Crab. Island Crab is now part of Pinter's Crab Shack. We have 3 boats that are blue crab, and we have 2 boats that are stone crab. I grew up with cowboys. Now, cowboys are independent. Well, guess what? A fisherman has his boat. He's independent too. From the boat to the table, you can't fake fresh.
Back here at the Nest, Alico Arena, the site for this FGCU Invitational. And Jay Webb, let's take a look at some of your keys to tonight's game.
Well, if you're Southeast Louisiana, unselfish play on both offense and defense. Offensive boards, you got to get on those offensive boards because you're outsized. Then they got to keep their turnovers between, I'd say, 10 to 12. FGCU, control the boards, get that fast tempo going. You got to limit threes of our friends from Southeast Louisiana, and then their offense has to have better ball movement because last night the ball was sometimes standing like a statue in a park.
Yeah, things got going when Tavian Dunn-Martin got going late in that game, creating some action off the dribble, hitting some big shots, making more free throws. Dunn-Martin is right at the top of the ASUN in scoring.
Well, see, when you talk about ball movement, a player should never hold the ball longer than 1 second. Anything over that is absolutely ridiculous.
Largy picked up his dribble there. They're got to get it over. Dunn-Martin lost it. A turnover. They couldn't get it to Hinton on the baseline. This is Okafor, and a foul is called on Samuel. Well, that's one way to get the big man out of the game, maybe get him in some foul trouble.
Well, see, he does not want to be reaching. He wants to keep hands up, establish that plane of verticality. Ooh, that was a shooting foul?
Apparently so. Okafor to the line.
That was a mystery shot.
Okafor, 12.5 points per game last season. Led the team in a bunch of different categories. Started his career at Longwood, which is a D1 school, and then eventually a transfer year at Miami-Dade. So even though he's from Baltimore, he has spent a year here in South Florida. Nick Caldwell coming in, a Louisiana native on this Lions team. Little full court pressure being put on by David Kiefer. You got Largy, Cato, and Dunmartin in the backcourt trying to break it. Largy does, and Largy lays it in.
See, that's how you break the press. To break the press, you got to go north and south. You can't go east and west.
Largy, the former walk-on, cashing in. Just so solid in all phases of the game. Hinton swings. This is Claire Joe. Bounce pass. Caldwell trapped. Shot clock under 10. Bounce pass. Hinton against the much larger Samuel. Hinton leaning in. It's blocked. Dunmartin going to push. Running with Samuel. Cato on the other side pulls the three, and it's good. Caleb Cato for three.
Cato's starting to find his groove.
All closing in on 1,000 points in his FGCU career.
How far away is he?
He's around 850 right now, but on pace for over 1,000 by the end of this season. And then, of course, you've got one more year of eligibility. He needs to average a little bit over 6.5 points per game the rest of this season to break 1,000 before the end of the year. He should do that easily. Here he goes, down the baseline, flips it inside for Samuel. The turnaround hook is pure.
Sugar the bigs, baby. Just like you like your coffee. Give me some extra sugar and cream, babe.
They're going to be shoveling sugar down there.
Oh, my Lord.
Tonight with the size disadvantage for the Lions. Again, missing their primary big man down low, the Kansas State transfer in Gordon.
Well, see, right now the ball's sticking.
Foul on the floor will be called against Anderson.
We'll see right there. Once again, you got to move your feet on defense. If you run up beside the guy, that's not defense. That's becoming an observer.
Two more transfers coming in for Coach Michael Fly. Matt Halverson, better than 1,200 points at Western Carolina, and Andre Weir, who joined the team in the middle of last season out of Richmond.
Well, once again, Andre Weir, 6'11", wide body, can get up and can block shots.
Bodying up Okafor, they go to the corner with it. That one spins off the rim, and there is the big Weir with the rebound. Don't lose a ton of size when he comes in. Halverson tees up the three, and it's good.
Now that's why they brought him here. Hand down, man down. If he gets going.
FGCU is 5 for 6 from beyond the arc to start the night. Corner triple, no. That was Strange on the attempt. Weir running the floor, lays it up, no good. Halverson battling forward, it'll be Eagles ball.
Oh, see there, now right there, Halverson, what? Creates a 50-50 situation, possession ball to the Eagles.
Even though he has not been shooting it well to start the year, just 5 for 25. Halverson has done the little things. We talked about last night how he's drawn so many charges.
He's taken almost 11 charges.
That's like 2 a game. The way it's been going right now. Anderson, Dunmartin, the turnaround three. That one rattles off.
Well, he wasn't set on that one.
This is Burkhart bringing it up. He knows this gym well. Played 4 years at North Florida.
For our good friend Matt Driscoll.
Whoa. Anderson got yanked there, but no call. Austin Ritchie in the game.
The hand on my neck must have been just a problem. He must have thought I had an itch.
Dunmartin flips it to Weir. Weir, Halverson got a step, drops it off. Weir the dunk. Andre Weir on the perfect feed from Halverson, and FGCU has themselves a 14-point lead. It's a 12-0 run. We will step aside, all Eagles early.
The ancient Greeks had 4 words for love. 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 The ancient Greeks had 4 words for love.
With insurance from auto owners, you can relax knowing we got you covered. That's it.
How cool is it being here right now?
This place is going to be jumping.
John Vitas bringing you back live alongside the great J. Webb Horton. FGCU on a 12-0 run. Southeastern Louisiana won for their last 10 from the field. And there is your score, 27-13 Eagles. FGCU 5 for their first 6 from beyond the arc.
But here's the thing. You cannot sleep on this Southeast Louisiana team. Any team that's got 4 guys shooting 40% or 38% from the 3 means that they are a few triggers away from closing a gap and being tied or down by 1 basket.
And the Lions average well over 80 points per game. They can score in a hurry. And there's a deflection and a steal for Anderson. It's been all Eagles. Everybody off the bench has contributed. You have no starters in the game right now for FGCU. Luis Rolón in for the first time. Anderson all alone for 3. No. Rebound ends up in the hands of Burkhardt, and it's taken back by the Eagles.
Once again, Halverson in there.
They get a full 30 on the shot clock after that. Possession by Southeastern. And an offensive foul is called. It's going to be a moving pick on Weir.
Well, see, Weir's got to remember, you got to keep your feet set. He has a propensity to make that happen. Here comes Rosario.
And Rosario, the McNeese state transfer, 12 points per game last year, has played Southeastern Louisiana before. As Kasperzik brings it up. All the big man is in for the Lions. 7'2", Max Brackman is in at the 5, being guarded by the much smaller Rosario at 6'8". There's Brackman on a cut to the hoop. Ritchie covering him. Brackman gives it up, and there's Burkhardt for 3.
Listen, Burkhardt played for Matt Driscoll. And what does North Florida do? They rain threes like FGCU's women.
And he was ready
to get the ball across.
Fire there. Ritchie able to bring that one in. Anderson at the elbow, backs it out. Rolón gets a couple of screens, gets around him, swings it for Anderson. In the corner, Ritchie all alone, and it's good. Austin Ritchie gets the Eagles to 30 before the midpoint of the opening half.
Well, see, that's the ball movement you want to have if you're FGCU.
And they are getting some wide open looks. Kasperzik's floater goes down, and it's a 12-point game. He made some terrific plays yesterday in the loss to Purdue Fort Wayne, which will be FGCU's opponent tomorrow. Halverson, a good look. Off the mark, wide right. Rosario bats it around, and it's pulled in by Burkhardt. So we'll see if the Lions can settle things down a little bit here and get some offensive momentum built Baseline drive, lefty layup, no. Brackman got a hand on it, but Halverson there to clean it up. Halverson pushing some tempo. He had it stolen by Kasperzik. Long pass ahead to Claire Joe, and a foul as Anderson takes out Claire Joe and some jawing afterwards.
No. That was not malicious at all. But I think that 35.
And Michael Fly is, as you get another look at it.
We'll see the.
Well, Claire Joe took immediate exception, and then his teammates came in to do the enforcing.
That was not malicious. That was not a malicious play.
Coach Fly immediately demanding that the officials go to the monitor, thinking that there could be a technical in the works for Southeastern Louisiana. Love to see one more look at that. I think there was a little bit of contact on the torso, but like you said, not malicious.
It wasn't malicious.
It didn't really change the path of the driver, Claire Joe. Obviously a foul, but I don't think anything flagrant there. Maybe after the play, but not during the play. We'll see if we can get another look. Officials are over at the monitor taking a peek at a couple of the replays. As it stands, it'll be 2 free throws for Claire Joe. And Coach Fly letting his guys know, hey, we're in the driver's seat here. No reason to get into any trouble at this stage of the night.
Well, if I'm Okafor, I'm the stud. I can't get thrown out of a ball game. So, yeah, you got to protect your player. But you also got to understand there's a lot of basketball to be played, and you are the man.
Yeah, and it's a thinner roster tonight with the absence of one of their starters, so you can't afford to lose anybody else. I don't think anyone's going to get tossed here, but maybe a technical foul. Officials did a good job getting in there, cleaning it up. The Southeastern coaches did well to get their guys back to their huddle after the initial pushing and shoving. FGCU has started the night now 6 for 10 from beyond the arc. Also +2 on the rebounding. That's Anderson's second foul, by the way, so he may have to sit for a bit. Officials discussing. They'll usually use 2 of the officials to review, and then if they need a tie-breaking vote, they'll go to the 3rd official.
This is a long review.
John Braska, Michael Terry, and Andrew Cassis, the officials. The crew we had last night in our nightcap did the earlier game today. And what a game that was. Overtime win for Western Michigan over Purdue Fort Wayne. So both of those teams are 1-1 in this Hilton Garden Inn Invitational. So FGCU looking to be the only 2-0 team in the tournament if they can hold on to this one. And he has a very lengthy review. Big day for the state of Michigan. Not only did the Broncos get their first win against a D1 basketball team, but how about the Wolverines breaking the schneid?
Well, I mean, what can you say? I mean, what are they now against Ohio State? 1 in what?
A lot. I think that was their 3rd win in the series in about 20 years. So,
but, you know, anytime, as my friends from Ohio call them, the team up north beats them, there is gloom and doom in Columbus. I mean, priests, rabbis, and ministers of faith should be checking on their parishioners.
Isn't it just amazing, though? The team goes 10-2, and it feels like a colossal failure on the Buckeyes side. I mean, and they're still alive to sneak into the tournament if. So Anderson is going to be upgraded to a flagrant 1. So it'll be 2 free throws on the ball for Southeastern, nothing after the play. So after watching that play several times, they've come to a conclusion.
Well, see, I thought that there was some jabberish that if you're going to get taunting, then and people are going to talk, then you got to keep that down right now. But flagrant 1.
There was a hand on the rib cage of the the shooter, but it didn't really push him in any direction. But the call being that he didn't necessarily go after the ball, but the player. And the first free throw is no good. Claire Joe is from Florida, from Winter Haven, about 2 hours north of here. Started his career at UMass. Makes 1 out of 2, and it's an 11-point game. You see Rosario guarding the inbound. Kasperzik to send it in. Tough drive, the kick, and a good look for Burkhart. No. Tapped out by Hinton, and Hinton's out of bounds. Boy, Hinton was such a versatile player at Florida Southern. 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks last year. He led the league in blocks the year before as well. And the back-to-back conference defensive player of the year. Oh, and there's a steal. There's Hinton on the steal. Drops it to Kasperzik. Gets by the defender, switches hands and scores. Look at Kasperzik use the window, a little English on that attempt.
Well, I see Fly's having a line change here.
Yeah, Samuel, Cato, Dunmartin, all going to come back in. Kasperzik started his career in the Northeast as well at Bryant, and then a gap year at Odessa College before joining the Lions last season. That one falls, and it's an 8-point game. So Southeastern Louisiana starting to ease their way back in. Cato swings. Ritchie pulls the triple, and he's got it. Eagles are 7 for 11 from beyond the arc. In the corner, Okafor one-on-one with the much larger Samuel. Gets around Samuel, has to pass. Kasperzik for 3, no. Largy high for the one-handed board. Cato finds Samuel running the floor, who flushes it home.
Hey, you may want to check the air for an earthquake. That was I've seen a lot of dunks in Dunk City, and you have too. That was one of the most ferocious ones in the history of FGCU.
He is a big guy getting well off the floor.
Do you feel the building shaking, my brother?
I think I do.
Man, there are people up in Ocala saying, what just hit? What happened?
Reverberations. There's a reverse lay-in and a beauty for Okafor. Dunmartin pushing the pace.
See, how do you break a press? Give it to Tavion.
Dunmartin is yet to score in this game. Averaging 22 per game. Doesn't get that one to go, but a chance at the free throw line.
Well, see, the beauty is this, is that there's so much depth that he doesn't have to bring it every night, does he? He can distribute. Caleb Cato's been scoring at a higher rate than he's been doing.
Yeah, Dunmartin's carried the offensive load in the second half the last 2 games. A big win by 1 point over URI, and then fending off a hot Western Michigan team last night. It was, the final 5 minutes or so where he really started to rack up those points.
Well, see, one of the things I love about Southeast Louisiana, they got some grit. They got the swagger there. Their coach got a little swag. I like my man.
David Kiefer. We mentioned all the places he's been. He's got to be thrilled to be at the helm of a D1 team. Only his 3rd year, still building the program, but they've got some exciting talent here. Guys that can score the basketball. Almond went through the legs of Claire Joe. Kicks. Open 3, Burkhart. No good. Ritchie battling for the boards. Dunmartin going to slow it down. Under 8 to play here in the opening half. Dunmartin to the corner. Cato the extra pass. Largy left alone, and he banked it in. Not what he meant to do, but Largy will take it.
All the coaches are going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, great shot. I didn't know the banks were open at 7:49 on a Saturday evening.
Well, they stay open extra late for you, Jay.
Well, I don't know about – shoot, that was a withdrawal there.
Claire Joe through the legs. Everything going the Eagles' way right now. Baseline floater was swatted.
I don't know what that was. That was
yeah, they gave the Lions possession, so they're saying it was blocked out of bounds. It's a 16-point lead at home for FGCU. We will step aside. Eagles in front.
Championship action is when the ASUN is at its finest. That's why you'll want to visit asunphotos.com. ASUN Photos is present at every ASUN championship, capturing the action, including those must-have shots that you may have missed or want to save for a memory. We understand your passion, so when you want to relive those favorite moments, players, and special memories, start with the experts from asunphotos.com.
Hey Eagle fans, I'm Jay Westerland, and this is Ryan Beatty. We're with Premier Sotheby's International Realty. We're excited to be back for another season as the official real estate partner of FGCU Athletics.
Jay and I have over 30 years of real estate experience in Southwest Florida. So if you're looking to buy or list your home, please give us a call at 239-552-5505 or visit our website at bwteam.cc. Wings up and go Eagles.
Cooper Hotels, proud sponsor of FGCU Athletics, offers deluxe accommodations and a special FGCU rate for fans in town for a game or just a visit. Stay at the Homewood Suites or Hilton Garden Inn, Fort Myers Airport, just 2.5 miles from campus and adjacent to the Gulf Coast Town Center.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
There's your G. That gives you pig. I win again.
Jason, best 5 out of 7. Throw me the ball. Let's go.
Todd, you can't beat me. Plus, we need to get back to the showroom.
Yeah, let's go. Our real celebrations are back at the Diamond District. Birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, all the just becauses.
When it's time for your occasion, come see Todd and me at the Diamond District. And in the meantime, let's celebrate another Eagles victory.
Go Eagles!
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Baseline inbound coming for Southeastern Louisiana. School of over 15,000 over in Hammond, Louisiana. They went to the finals of the Southland Conference tournament in 2018, lost to that great Stephen F. Austin team.
Stephen F. Austin, great college.
And a turnover, just their third.
Tito Guerrero used to be president of Stephen F. Austin, one of the great Hispanic educator and leaders in this country.
They're picked to finish third in their conference, so expected to be in the top half of the Southland Conference. If they're picked third,
that's a heck of a conference because these guys can play.
There's the good pass to Richie, the open look, and he's got another. 9 threes in the opening half for the Eagles. FGCU absolutely lighting it up here in the opening half. Pull up, Claire Joe, got it.
Claire Joe, that's a sweet jump shot.
Cato pushing pace. Richie to the corner, saves it, but to Claire Joe. Claire Joe wants to run. Eagles get back. Oh, Caldwell threw it away. Richie trailing the play, got it. Dunmartin into the lane, the lob for Samuel, who reaches forward and puts it down.
Now, he was boxed out above the man and still put it down.
Boy, so much height, length, leaping ability for Kevin Samuel. Started 95 games for TCU in the Big 12. And he gets the rebound there, but then it's taken away by Hinton. Hinton into the chest of Samuel, and he blocks another.
Does he not know the man's 6'11"? 7 foot with his arms up?
There's a three for Richie. Not quite. Good rebound by Hinton.
Richie sort of smiled on that one.
Boy, Samuel's got 5 blocks already. That is a season high. 17 blocks now in his first 6 games with the Eagles. Dunmartin gets the rebound. Dunmartin, coast to coast. Had it swatted.
Man, not a good shot.
Hinton with the block. Clear Joe ahead of the pack. Oh, and he swatted. That is 6 blocks already for Kevin Samuel. And the three-pointer is down for Nick Caldwell. Now Southeastern Louisiana continuing to scrap away on these loose balls. And a much-needed 3 there cuts the deficit down. Boy, 6 blocks in 1/2 for Samuel. Cato the 3. He's got it. Caleb Cato with his 3rd 3. And FGCU cannot miss.
Can you say hot, hot, hot?
Oh my goodness. FGCU 10 for 15. And the fans absolutely love it. We're going to stay here, just a 30-second timeout. Wow, Southeastern Louisiana has already burned 3 of their 4 timeouts.
Well, unlike a CD in the bank, they don't gain interest if you don't use them. So you got to stop the. You got to find a way to stop the momentum of the Eagles, and timeouts right now is the only way.
Well, Coach Kiefer told us before the game, he goes, we're preparing as if we're facing a low-level power conference team or an elite mid-major. That's how he views the talent that FGCU has. I thought that was a very interesting statement by the opposing coach. When he does the scouting, he doesn't see a typical ASUN team. He sees an exceptional mid-major program.
That happens to reside in the ASUN. Yeah, I mean, when you look at FGCU and Liberty and North Florida's of the past and Lipscomb's, I mean, those are high-quality mid-major programs. I mean, FGCU beat Georgetown. We've had teams beat Duke. So, and this year on the, Halverson came around and got a little hand there. This year on the women's side, you had Jacksonville's women go out and beat Minnesota. FGCU goes and beats LSU. So, on both sides, men and women, you know, they're sort of letting people know the ASUN is nobody to laugh at.
Yeah, FGCU was picked to finish either 5th or 6th in the league, depending on which poll you looked at out of 12 teams now. Long 2 rattles out. Largie keeps it alive, and a rebound for the Eagles. But when you start to break down the resumes of these players and you watch them in person, you realize that they should be a lot better than 5th or 6th in the league.
Well, see, there's the eye test, and then there's the play test.
Halverson alone in the corner? No. Brackman battling for the board. Weir wins it, and Weir lays it in.
Weir said 7 foot. Not in my world.
Oh, a half a century for FGCU before the 4-minute media timeout. A 21-point lead, their largest of the day.
Oh, steps.
Weir got his hands on it, and a jump ball.
Well, possession arrow goes to the Lions. But Weir, once again, you're seeing bigs like Weir and Samuel move their feet and out there guarding guards. Or threes.
You see Victor Rosa coming in for the Eagles. When we come back, FGCU up 21.
The ancient Greeks had 4 words for love. 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 The ancient Greeks had 4 words for love.
you I was going to win.
Windows 11 takes gaming to another level. And when
Are you ready for Monday night? Are you ready for Monday night?
Back at Alico Arena here in Fort Myers, John Vitas and J. Webb Horton. Southeastern Louisiana taking a little extra time in the huddle here, having to get chased out by the officials. 3:42 to go, and you see Victor Rosa in the game for the first time, number 13 for the Eagles. He played in the 2 games against non-D1 opponents. He's averaging 12 points per game.
Well, I mean, Victor Rosa can play. He's a shooter. He and Luis Rolón were on that the national Puerto Rican under 14 and under and 18 and under team that's won some championships. So, hey, I tell you what, I know my man Ezra Faber is home listening to the game. And Ezra, I can't wait till you're the point guard leading the Eagles.
Here's Casper Zick crossing over. Weir got a hand on it. Okafor pumped. Casper Zick will fire, and he's got a chance for a 4-point play.
See, that's the last thing you do is foul a jump shooter. You cannot foul a jump shooter. And Halverson has a much higher basketball IQ than that. These are the things that drive coaches crazy. Don't care what the score is. Score is highly irrelevant. You cannot do things like that.
So Kasperzik gets a free throw to go with it. Halverson was the one who was called for that foul.
Oh, yeah.
So a 21-point lead is now a 17-point lead. Here's Luis Rolón getting another opportunity to run the point. Rolón turning through the defense, firing to his buddy Rosa. And now Anderson. Halverson. Well defended. Lions like their defensive pursuit. Weir. Rosa. 3 was tapped. Weir fighting for it. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with FGCU, but only 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, see, you got to have your feet set. Catch and shoot. He was messing with his feet. By the time he went to put it up, the guy was already ready to block his shot.
There's Weir on the catch. Rolón for 3, and he knocks it down. An off-balance triple for Luis Rolón.
Well, I'll tell you, all I can say is things are going the way of the Eagles.
11 for 18 from 3. That one is good. Count the 3 for Roger McFarland. A lot of shots falling here at Alico Arena. Oh, Rolón and Kasperzik with a heavyweight collision there as Kasperzik took the brunt of it. And it's going to be called a block. Only the 4th foul on the Lions, so no free throws as Rivers returns for the first time in a while. Good work from Andre Weir. 4 points, 2 rebounds. Good hustle. And now Rivers in there at the 5 spot.
It's nice when you can bring 6'11 out, 6'11 in.
And you've got 6'9 who can shoot 3s in there as well. There is the 6'9 Rivers. Rolón flips. Rosa a low catch, and he missed terribly on the 3. Across midcourt. Okafor got his man in the air. Drives, pulls up over Rolón, missed it. Short. Rosa the rebound. Rosa pushing tempo. Now Rolón. Clock ticking down to the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Game 2 of 3 this weekend for these two teams. Rolón tried to get it inside for Rivers. It was tipped and eventually scooped up by McFarland. And another steal. Halverson trying to fire to Rivers, and it's out of bounds.
Once again, you have the lead. Stay cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah. Got a little out of control there on both sides.
You know, you hit 3 singles, you score runs. You don't have to hit a home run on every play.
Love the baseball analogy. Makes total sense.
You know, but I'm hanging around a baseball man.
Yeah, you don't need to hit a home run when you're already up 17.
No.
Put it that way, too. Claire Joe, guarded by Halverson. Caldwell gets around Rivers. Puts a floater up off the window, but no. An offensive foul, and guess who?
Oh, let me see. Number 11 was involved?
Halverson draws another offensive foul.
We need to get a stat on charges. See if our crack staff out there in the trailer can come up with a charging stat.
And now on the box scores, they do give us fouls drawn as a column, so we may have to go to the box scores. I don't know if that's on the regular stat sheet, but there's definitely a way we can figure that out.
I mean, we're going to have to go NCIS on this one, John. I'm telling you.
Well, Halverson is producing whether he's making shots or not, and that's going to keep him on the floor. The fifth-year senior transfer from Western Carolina. Rolone turning, flipping to Halverson. Halverson the long three, and he rattles it in. 56 first half points.
Well, there's a reason Western Carolina is not happy that he transferred.
Yeah, they lost one of their all-time great outside shooters, and he's coming off the bench right now for this FGCU team. McFarland to Okafor. Okafor over Rolone. Book it. Southeastern Louisiana really starting to find their outside shooting as well.
Well, we've had a lot of teams come through Alico Arena. Have never seen a men's team come in and shoot this many threes. Now, we watched the FGCU women. They put up 50 threes in a game. But I saw these stats, and I'm like, you know, were they shooting against dummies or statues? But to see them live, John, they're the real deal.
Yeah, most of those 23-point attempts were more or less uncovered. How about this? Both teams are shooting over 50% from three in this game.
Well, here's what I want to know. I want to know what their budget is for ice down there at Southeast Louisiana. Because you got to, this many threes, you got to put a lot of ice on those elbows, John.
Yeah, shooter's elbow. 46 seconds to go. There you see Cato, who is the usual three-point candidate here. He's been here for 4 years.
46 seconds. They might be able to get up another 15 threes.
One every 3 seconds.
Oh, I mean, the way these guys shoot, you don't need no stinking shot clock. They're trying to get people who's supposed to be on the floor. Just make sure you got 5 out there, Coach.
Are we good?
We're good.
Eagles possession. Largy breaks that press.
Ooh,
oh, and there's a carry. Yep. So Southeastern Louisiana could feel a lot better if they could make a bucket or two here in the final minute. Down 17 at the moment. Hinton sets the screen. They swing it for Okafor. Got Largy in the air. Step back three for Okafor. No. So look at Samuel reach back for the rebound.
He's the Windex man. All he does is clean the glass.
Yeah, he is well on his way to his best game statistically as an Eagle. Largy tees one up. One more. 13 first half threes for FGCU. And they have extended their lead back to 20. And a block there with 1 second to go. And so it'll be at least a 1-and-1 for Southeastern.
I would like to see that one again.
Boy, that Largy three almost didn't even hit the net. It was so perfect.
It didn't. But this here, because I thought Okafor dropped his shoulder. And Halverson's going like, do you know that I've taken over double digits in charges? And
yeah.
You just, you just gave J-Webb something not to talk about?
Free throw good. Okafor converts. He's into double digits already here in the opening half. 12 now for Okafor.
I mean, we work hard at picking the players to watch.
And he is following through on
and
that
so And so is Cyrus Largy.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it actually looks like we know what the heck we're talking about.
There's a mid-court pass. Dunn-Martin turns around for a half-court shot. And so the officials say that the inbound was tipped, so the clock was started too late. Obviously couldn't have gotten that off in 1 second, so that's halftime. What a first half for FGCU. We may have some standing first half. Eagles 13 for 21 from beyond the arc. I don't know if they'll shoot 21 shots from beyond the arc in this half, but we're going to see if this hot shooting can continue.
Well, they're going to have to continue shooting at a high rate because Southeast Louisiana is not going away. I was joking with Coach there at halftime as we were walking back and forth. He says, we're going to continue to shoot.
Well, this is a pretty evenly matched tournament. Of the 2 afternoon games we've had were very close. Our afternoon game today went to overtime. Western Michigan getting their first win against a D1 opponent in Purdue-Fort Wayne. Purdue-Fort Wayne took down Southeastern Louisiana yesterday in what was a close game. Eagles will take on the Mastodons tomorrow.
One of the great mascots of all time.
Prehistoric. 6 o'clock tip here on ESPN+. The Lions will play at 1:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Central, between a couple of teams in a different time zone. Good job by Burkhart. Rebound to Rivers. Up ahead, Cato. Cato forcing the issue. That one was tipped. Rivers can't save it, and it's Southeastern ball.
Well, I'm sure FGCU and Southeast Louisiana want to slow down the pace. You got to go fast, but be under control.
So a couple turnovers out of the gates here for FGCU. There's a 3. Off the mark, a bit short, and a foul on the rebound. It'll be against the Eagles. I think they got Rivers. They did.
Well, see, the old-fashioned way of getting a rebound is boxing out. You know, for our millennials, they got to Google search box out. It's a lost art.
What would you call that?
Well, that was a box out before. I mean, that was a nice box out there by Southeast Louisiana. But it was old school. I love it.
Okafor gets around Rivers. Rivers got a hand on it, disrupted the shot. Largy racing across the timeline. Cato gives it up. We've got a foul away from the ball. It's going to be a charge on Largy.
Well, this is not the flow you want coming out of the gate.
Yeah, turnover for FGCU, but fortunately for them, Southeastern hasn't made a bucket yet.
Well, Fly is lobbying for that not being a charge.
Kasperzik, slow developing possession. Gets some space on Cato. Missed the jumper, tapped up in the air a couple of times. Okafor eventually pulled it away from Rivers. Claire Joe for 3. That one rattles off, and Samuel with the rebound. Apparently just his second. Dunmartin, stop and start, gets it back. That one was knocked away for a moment, and now they do get the steal. Okafor ahead, Claire Joe the layup. A little dramatic on the contact there. No flop warning given. Oh, they're trying to pick Dunmartin's pocket, and a timeout called. Southeastern with some defensive pressure being ratcheted up to start the half. And we will take a break. 17:56 remaining. Eagles trying to regroup.
What's the FGCU effect? Almost 5,000 jobs created. $245 million in research funding. $600 million in regional impact each year. One powerful economic engine. That's the FGCU effect.
What's the FGCU effect? 92 degree programs, 15,000 students, 33,000 proud alumni, and 1 Southwest Florida State University. That's the FGCU effect.
Championship action is when the ASUN is at its finest. That's why you'll want to visit asunphotos.com. ASUN Photos is present at every ASUN championship, capturing the action, including those must-have shots that you may have missed or want to save for a memory. We understand your passion, so when you want to relive those favorite moments, players, and special memories, start with the experts from asunphotos.com.
We've began with Pinter's Crab Shack 18 years ago. Started buying from a little company on Pine Island, driving every day to get fresh product, called Island Crab. Island Crab is now part of Pinter's Crab Shack. We have 3 boats that are blue crab, and we have 2 boats that are stone crab. I grew up with cowboys. Now, cowboys are independent. Well, guess what? A fisherman has his boat. He's independent too. From the boat to the table, you can't fake fresh.
FGCU will have the basketball. They've had some trouble on the offensive end so far in this second half. Coming out of the locker room with a healthy lead. Coach Fly trying to get them organized. Here's Largy going left. Claire Joe got in the way. An obvious foul, the first of the half on the Lions.
Largy will go. Is that a shooting foul? No.
No.
That's Clargy. That's his second foul.
Nobody really in foul trouble other than Halverson, who has 3 for FGCU. Eagles have used 12 players in this game. Lions have used 9. Officials have had to do a lot of administrative work, we should say. Samuel on the easy lay-in, cutting off the inbound.
Well, see, that's why I don't like man-to-man out of bounds. You let a 6'11", almost 7-footer just make a layup.
12 points now for Kevin Samuel. That is an FGCU career high for him. Largy tipped it to his buddy Cato. Couple times now, Largy has stepped into passing lanes. Kasperzik almost got a fingertip on that pass. Largy to the baseline, well defended. Kicks out, Rivers will try the 3. No, Cato in for the rebound. That one knocked away, it'll stay with FGCU.
I'll tell you, I love the intensity of Southeast Louisiana. The Lions are playing like lions. They are kings of the jungle, you know.
They are flying around, no question about it.
See, effort and energy are beautiful things.
And it's giving them some hope here if they can claw back into it, maybe force some turnovers. Get some good looks with that effort and energy as Samuel is hacked underneath.
Well, see, the thing is this. Do not throw bounce passes to 6'11", 7-footers. Why? Because the Rugrats are down there by his knees. So you got to get it up high where you can do something with it. Let him go to work.
Martin, there it is. There's that high lob to Samuel. No Rugrats in the area. Dunmartin drops it down low. Samuel scores. Beautiful pass by Dunmartin.
Drive and dish. Just like eating off the kids' menu at McDonald's. It's easy.
That is 10 assists tonight for Tavian Dunmartin. And he still has not made a basket in this game. Burkhart tees up the 3 and connects.
Well, you know Burkhart's going to make that. I mean, we've been seeing him do that for years.
Former Osprey. They got a collision. Claire Joe is really trying to draw contact. Dunmartin, the bounce pass. Samuel again. It's become automatic with those two. The bookends at the 1 and the 5, the transfers for FGCU. On the baseline, Okafor decided not to shoot over Samuel. Will shoot over Largy instead. And a foul. And a timeout as well. FGCU up 19 with 15:53 to go. You're watching College Hoops here on ESPN+.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul raising, heart racing 100 beat.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. I should get.
You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. I should get.
FGCU in the huddle with a solid performance so far, shooting 67% from the field for the game, 24 for 36. It's a pretty box score for FGCU. Balanced scoring, two guys in double figures right now. Kevin Samuel, 16 points, 6 blocks. Cyrus Largy, 13 points, and Tavian Dunn-Martin now up to 11 assists. Still in the early stages of the second half.
I'll tell you, Okafor, 13 points. Ryan Burkhart, who we've seen before in this gym, 9 points. Keeping, Southeast Louisiana in the hunt.
Okafor to the line, and his first rattles out.
I like this Max Brackman, 7-footer, athletic.
Yeah, just a freshman from the country of Germany. Okafor gets the roll on the second, so Brackman will get some run to try and contain Samuel here. What an assignment that is for a young freshman.
Welcome to America.
Dunn-Martin to the left side for Caddo. Circling through, gives it to Ritchie. Dunn-Martin still looking for his first basket of the night. Long rebound to Ritchie. Eagles can burn some clock if they want to. Nope, Dunn-Martin's going to put the pedal to the metal. Samuel fighting for the loose ball. Try to tap it out to Caddo, but Clairjo stepped in the way. Clairjo is smothered by Caddo.
People are going everywhere.
Here is Ritchie, who is trying to recover from that collision.
They basically were saying there will be no layups. Now you talk about hustle effort.
Brackman tying his shoe. There has been some serious effort in this game. A lot of high-speed action.
That's how the game is played. You got to give it effort.
They kick to Kasper Zick. Shoots over Dunn-Martin. High rebound to Dunn-Martin. Largy ahead of the pack, lays it home.
Nice pass. Another dime.
Eagles already up to 67 points. Down low it goes Okafor, guarded well by Caddo. McFarland top of the arc, got by Dunn-Martin, goes over Samuel, misses. Brackman can't bring it in. Dunn-Martin in transition, into the corner. A good look for Ritchie, no. Samuel over everybody for the board, including the 7-2 Brackman. Good pass for Largy. A dime for Samuel.
Samuel says, I'm liking the fact you're sugaring the bigs, but let me sugar one of the littles.
Sharing the love. All Eagles up by 22. Claire Joe lost his footing, got it down low for Okafor. He missed the reverse. Brackman back up with it, and a foul is called. And it's going to be on Samuel.
Well, I mean, was this an ice skating review? Because the man just slid halfway through the lane.
So Brackman to the line.
Joe has to be careful because he's getting close to getting teed up.
Speaking of
I'm just saying.
Getting close, Tavian Dunmartin is 4 assists away from the FGCU single game record, which is 16. He has 12.
14 minutes? Who was the former person who held that record?
There are Brian Chryslip.
Oh, Chryslip. Oh, Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Played back in 2002 and 2003. He actually did it 3 times in the same season. And that was before FGCU went D1. So the Division I record was set by Brett Comer in 2014 with 14 assists. So Dunmartin 2 assists away from tying the Division I record. Caldwell and Burkhart back in, and Claire Joe's going to get a breather. Well, so is Brackman. They fire one in for Ritchie. Halverson returns. Cato into a double team, finds Andre Weir for the flush.
Is this Dunk City? Because that was just a dunk.
Two-handed slam for Weir.
See, that's what you want to do.
And I think your point is spot on, Jay Webb, earlier with Weir developing, going up against Samuel in practice. I think it's done him a ton of good. Seems very under control and seems to be making good decisions underneath. Okafor draws the foul and will go to the line.
When you're going up against a guy like Kevin Samuel every day, it's teaching you a lot of different things. And
you get not only that, you go up against the Big 12 body and the experience and Samuel. You also have to step outside and guard Dakota Rivers in practice too, who likes to shoot over people.
Let me just tell you, 13:28 to go. The referees need to make a statement because it's getting a little chippy, okay? And you cannot let it get to the next level. So emotions, so the referees need to sort of put their foot on this. Because as a player, I can sense that this is getting close to going over the top.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had some extracurriculars in the first half, so this is nothing new.
Right.
Okafor gets the free throw. Still no buckets, though, for 3 minutes for the Lions. Halverson works it up this time. Rosario back into the game at the 4 position along with Weir. Rolone back to Halverson. A good look for 3. Book it. Matt Halverson heating up for FGCU. 3 for 5 now from beyond the arc. Okafor with an offensive foul.
I'd have to see that again, but I think he put his elbow out.
Hinton is going to return and give Okafor a breather. Well, just 1 minute till the next media timeout. Little full court press coming for the Lions. Coach Kiefer's team trying to get some quick buckets. Rolone on Kasper Zick. Gets it across the timeline. Shot clock down to 20. And now we've got an offensive foul on the Eagles. That's Rosario. I guess he was called for a moving screen too.
You've got to be so careful. You've got to be set if you're setting a screen. That's the only time you can play dead in a cowboy movie. Just
Eagles in the zone now. Mixing up the looks, working on some other defenses. Kasperzik couldn't get through Rosario. Has to go towards the elbow now. He gets through. Oh, and Weir bothered the shot. I think he got a piece of it. And a foul on the loose ball against FGCU.
Well, see, the thing is, you got grown men fighting for ball. You got people bashing into each other.
And that puts the Lions in the bonus with 12:29 left. So 1-1 here for Jalen Hinton.
And they're a pretty good free throw shooting team. I think 70%.
And he got the first. Well, Hinton, who is their second leading scorer, that's only his third point. 1 for 6 from the field in his return to the Sunshine State. Claire Joe going to come back in. Give Kasperzik a breather. Rolone running the point right now for the Eagles. Trying to build his minutes back up after undergoing a couple of surgeries in the past year. Rolone lobbing inside too high for Rosario.
Well, see, Rosario's only 6'7". That's not a high-low play when he's got a guy about his same height there.
Third turnover for Rolone, who had 3 in a blink last night. Eagles back into that 2-3 zone with Halverson and Rolone at the top. Slowing down the progress of the Lions. Oh, Burkhart wanted to throw it up, and Ritchie was in his face. Inside pass. McFarland had it deflected, and it's out of bounds to FGCU. So a good defensive set there for the Eagles. We've got a timeout here in Dunk City. It's FGCU 74 and Southeastern Louisiana 51. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
Championship action is when the ASUN is at its finest. That's why you'll want to visit asunphotos.com. ASUN Photos is present at every ASUN championship, capturing the action, including those must-have shots that you may have missed or want to save for a memory. We understand your passion, so when you want to relive those favorite moments, players, and special memories, start with the experts from asunphotos.com.
We began with Pinter's Crab Shack 18 years ago. Started buying from a little company on Pine Island, driving every day to get fresh product called Island Crab. Island Crab is now part of Pinter's Crab Shack. We have 3 boats that are blue crab, and we have 2 boats that are stone crab. I grew up with cowboys. Now, cowboys are independent. Well, guess what? A fisherman has his boat. He's independent too. From the boat to the table, you can't fake fresh.
It started with land and a grand plan to build a university, protect biodiversity, shape engineers and pioneers, explore frontiers and spark careers, and serve local regions through the work of collegians to chase dreams, cheer teams, teach, share, improve, and prepare to bring minds awake and give back more than we take. To build a school of wonders where communities connect, inspiring those who inspire others. That's the FGCU effect.
John Vitus and Jay Webb Horton with you here on Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed your Black Friday. I know the outlets down the street were packed.
Well, let me tell you who was enjoying this feast week, and that's the FGCU Eagles, because they're shooting 61% from the 3. They're shooting 66% from the field. I mean, those are numbers that make you happy.
I mean, the box score is a delight if you're Michael Fly. They're on pace for over 100 tonight, and they're getting a chance to get some of their bench players some extra minutes.
Hey, John.
None of the starters are in right now.
John, we got a text from
Weir's going to be called for going over the back.
From one of our former players, Brett Fritz, who's now living up in North Carolina. Said Christop holds the assist record. He was also the first ever recruit for FGCU. He also got several assists off the buckets that Brett Fritz made.
So, Brett, he would not have gotten the mention without you.
That's right. Hey, Brett, say hi to the girls, man. Tell them we still want to recruit him.
Hinton has the first. Still just 12 assists for Dunmartin. He has to get back into the game if he's going to get the record. Samuel, 16 points, 8 for 8 from the field. A rebound for Weir. He has played well. Cross-court pass, Ritchie. Oh, and that one's too far for Rolone. It'll be a backcourt violation against the Eagles.
Well, who was he throwing it to? Because he wasn't throwing it to Rolone, because Rolone was in the middle of the field.
All right, A-team coming back in. The starting 5 returning all at once for FGCU. So going for probably one more good spurt here for the starters. And
well, see, they put you in there. You got to execute. You don't execute, you sit down. It's pretty simple.
Well, the depth is extra important this weekend because you're playing back-to-back-to-back games. So FGCU getting their 9th, 10th, 11th guy, getting 10, 15 minutes in this game, saving some energy for tomorrow night.
Well, but that last crew, if they would have executed, they'd still be out there.
Right. And he dropped that one back. Claire Joe a 3, and he got it just before the shot clock sounded. Keon Claire Joe with a good shot. Back down to a 19-point differential. 6-0 run for Southeastern Louisiana. Rivers shooting over the defender, short. Look at Largy come crashing in. Out of bounds off him. That rubs off, though, on the guys. A little maybe too physical, but the effort still coming in droves.
Well, that was quite a collision there. A Burkhardt and Largy.
Here's Claire Joe with the basketball. Burkhardt the bounce pass. Caldwell backs up. There's a drive. Claire Joe got around Rivers. Bounce pass, splits his teammates and goes out of bounds.
See, when you drive in there, you better have a plan. And he had no plan.
Yeah, Claire Joe has been a little out of control. There it is, the foul. He has just been flinging around his extremities, looking for contact on both ends of the court. And I think they're going to take him out. Yeah, they are. Yeah, he's on the verge of getting a technical. Or at least the bench is. Somebody down there is. Frustrations for the Lions on the verge of going 0-2 this weekend. This still looking for a win against a D1 team. All 3 of their victories have been against non-Division I programs. Rivers to Cato. Cato driving. Puts up a floater, and is that a charge? It is. When crashing into Caldwell, who draws the foul.
Well, see, this play's gotten very sloppy. And what happens is when you are penetrating in, whether it's Caleb or anyone else, you have to have your eyes and see who's in front of you.
Okafor quickly back in. Claire Joe, by the way, has 4 fouls, so that was why he was taken out.
Well, you know, and I love Claire Joe's. I love his passion, but the young man's got to keep his emotion in check.
Yeah.
It doesn't help you or your teammates.
Well, you mentioned the play getting sloppy, Jay. FGCU 4 turnovers in the last 3:30. And Southeastern Louisiana 1 for 7 from the field in that span. Interception by Largy. Numbers for the Eagle. The lob and the slam for Rivers.
Well, that was, you saw that one coming a mile away.
Oh, Rivers gives you so much versatility. Drains threes, goes up and slams down an alley-oop. And now defending the leading scorer in Okafor. Somehow got it to Kasperzik. Well, Kasperzik splits the defense. Tough drive. Lost it out of bounds. No foul. Eagles ball.
teams have better understand. If you drive down the lane against the rim protectors at FGCU, I would say you better have a good dental plan.
This is becoming a complete FGCU team, but the thing to me that separates them by a wide margin from the competition is that rim protection. I mean, those guys are major. It's not just Samuel and Rivers. Those are certainly the headliners, but everybody seems to be in good positions defensively. There's a bounce pass. Samuel had it poked free.
Well, see, once again, and I love how Tavion plays, but right there, you don't want the big man trying to go down here by his ankles getting the ball, especially in traffic.
Dunmartin, that time trying to lob to Samuel. He crashes through the defender and scores with the right hand.
Well, he took Burkhart down.
Like a dump truck.
That's a load.
18 points now for Samuel to lead all scorers. Dunmartin on the rip away. Cato in transition. Feeds Samuel, who had it go through his fingers. Good idea by Cato. 27 assists tonight on 30 made buckets for FGCU. I mean, that's the best indicator of how well they've played. I got a question for you. As you see Tavion Dunmartin playing defense here, he's got a blue shoe on the right foot and a black shoe on the left foot. Where do you think the other shoe is right now?
Oh, that's all calculated. That's calculated. He's made up his own pair.
Do you think it's in the dorms? Do you think it's in the locker room? Does he switch at halftime?
No, he purposely, he does that. I've seen that in practice.
It's become a trend. I've seen it with some other guys, too, on other teams. There's Dunmartin. Look at him blow by the defense. Here's a lob for Cato. Collided with his own teammate. Rivers got stuck underneath, but he seems to be okay.
So you got to have spacing when you're trying to.
Look out. Samuel got swatted. Jalen Hinton came in and denied the reverse dunk, and Caldwell will throw it down on the other end.
Well, the only reason he got swatted because he tried it at 180.
Now Southeastern taking advantage of that. And it's a 21-point game, 78-57. Dunmartin on the drive. Reverse around the back pass.
So you can't throw behind the back passes in that traffic. I'm sorry.
Cato to Largy. Largy puts it on the deck. Tried to use the window. Look at Rivers come soaring through. He missed a wild shot. Strange ahead of the pack. Strange on the bounce pass. And the layup goes for Hinton.
Okay, FGC needs to slow down, run their sets.
Yeah, and Dunmartin is slowing it down, walking it up now. 7 minutes to go, a 19-point lead for the Eagles. Dunmartin snaps one over to Largy. Largy, a good look for three. Back of the rim, no. Samuel bats it to himself and then loses it. So momentum for the Lions. Can they go on a run? Kasper Zick flips one up. No, there's Hinton again on the backside. Jalen Hinton with back-to-back buckets. And a foul called on Kasper Zick, reaching in on Dunmartin. And there's a technical.
It's been coming. It's been coming.
Kasper Zick mouthing off is going to be called for the technical on top of the personal. And we've got a timeout here in Fort Myers. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats.
With insurance from auto owners, you can relax knowing we got you covered. That's it.
Auto Owners insures your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field.
Auto Owners protects your home.
The Big Ten ACC Challenge, Tuesday and Wednesday night on ESPN.
Back live here in Fort Myers. There you see the putback by Jalen Hinton, who was taking a while to get going, but just made back-to-back buckets. And then here's the reach-in on Kasperzik, and then he said something to the ref right there that got him a technical, and so he is now saddled on the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, the thing is, and we said this, is that players, male or female, you got to play with passion, but you got to keep your emotions under check. Because this team's making a run. Now you're saying, well, they're down by 17. Stranger things have happened.
Well, 13 assists now for Tavian Dunn-Martin. That is a top 10 performance in terms of total assists in school history. It is the 3rd largest assist output in a Division I game for FGCU. Brett Comer had a pair of 14 assist games in 2013 and 2014. And so Tavian Dunn-Martin one more assist away from some history here.
We like history. It was one of my passions. Political science, pre-law, love my history courses.
Do you have a favorite era?
Oh, I mean, obviously, I love the Civil Rights era. But the Revolutionary War, how this country was formulated and what those men did, the risk they took against, England. I mean, that's like David going against Goliath, man.
Well, we're glad David won in that matchup.
Well, easily, yeah. But so you want Tavion because he's a outstanding free throw shooter.
And he still does not have a basket in this game. 0 for 3 from the field. He's got 2 free throws and now 3. And Southeastern Louisiana is now committed 7 fouls, so FGCU is in the bonus as he makes the 2 free throws. That'll be it, though, for this sequence. FGCU will get the ball.
Plus FGCU you give up 2 points, and you give up possession of the ball. See, that's why young men and young women, you got to know what the situation is when you lose your composure.
FGCU going small here. They've got Dunn-Martin, Halverson, and Cato up top. Ritchie at the 4 right now, and then Weir. 6:20 or so to go. Dunn-Martin looking for that one additional assist. Weir lost it, knocked away, but it'll go out of bounds. That was Claire Joe getting in the way.
Well, see, the ball is sticking. There's too much dribbling going on. They've got to get some flow going in this offense. You got to get some flow going. Because you don't want Weir or Kevin Samuels out here handling the ball.
Yeah, this is about as stagnant and as cold as the FGCU offense has been all night. Still with a healthy lead, thanks to the lead they gave themselves, and that's going to be a foul on Caldwell, and FGCU will get a 1-and-1.
Well, see, if you think you're going to make contact at midcourt with about 2,000 people in the arena and cameras, you're delusional. I mean, that's going to be called every blip in time.
So it's going to be Austin Ritchie to shoot the 1-and-1. Southeastern Louisiana has had a big advantage at the free throw line in this game as Ritchie makes the first. That's just the 7th attempt of the night for the Eagles. They're perfect. Southeastern Louisiana 13 for 18 from the free throw line. And missed the second. Hinton the rebound. All of a sudden, he has 9 points and 9 rebounds. Hinton driving on Weir, got some contact, tried to get in on him again. Caldwell flips it backwards. Under 6 to play. Okafor needs to make a play. Shot clock under 10. Pulls up at the free throw line, and Hinton and Claire Joe can't control it. A turnover.
I have no idea what that sequence was.
Well, whatever it was, it didn't work for the Lions. 20-point differential. Rolone back in. And Cato going to take it up. The senior in control of the offense right now. Gives it to Richie in the corner. Richie pulls up from 12. Didn't get the roll. Richie got a hand on the board, but Hinton ends up with it. Leading Strange towards the three-point line. His three off the mark. Cato the weak side rebound.
You got to go to the ball to help the guard out.
Rolone with it. Lobbing inside. Andre Weir is fouled hard as Caldwell got a big piece of him, and Weir is down.
He's fine.
I think he got popped in either the left shoulder or the rib cage area.
Yeah, the shoulder.
Now holding that left arm.
I'm sure Nicole, the crack trainer, will have treatment on that.
So Weir to the line. 6 points, 4 rebounds in just 9 minutes of action tonight. And he misses the first. Weir with just his second pair of free throws on the season here and in his career as well. And he's now 2 for 4 to begin his career. Eagles back up by 21. They have led by double digits throughout this second half. They have led the entire night. Claire Joe finds Caldwell into the corner. Kasperzik fires a three. Rolone the rebound, and Rolone got tripped and goes down. Richie fighting Hinton, and the Eagles come up with it. Halverson thought about the transition three. Now he lets it fly, and it's no good.
Well, see, run some clock. 4:38 to go.
Okafor splits the defense and draws the foul. It's going to be on Richie, his third.
Richie's a grown man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he is a nice steadying presence for this team. Has played at 3 different colleges, started at Northern Illinois, then Triton College, and eventually Tulsa, which is where he came to the Eagles from. Rosario in for Weir. And Franco Miller Jr. in for the first time. An Ole Miss transfer, played quite a bit last year for the Eagles. So now we've seen 14 Eagles in this game. Or check it, 13 Eagles. McFarland returning for Southeastern. Full court pressure here for the Lions. They get it into Halverson, now Miller Jr. And the lob and the tip goes over the head of Miller Jr. Eagles ball. Rolone going to work some clock. Oh, there's the pressure. Okafor on the breakaway. Okafor the dunk. Michael Fly trying to get some reserve, some run here, but they're having some trouble getting the ball anywhere near the basket. Pressure has been put on by the Lions. Miller plays catch with Rolone. Under 4 to play, Rolone turning. Rosario cutting, and the pass a little bit too far for him, but he does corral it, then loses it on the baseline. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles, but only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. We've got our final timeout here in Fort Myers. FGCU looking for their 3rd win at home this week.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beats. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat. Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing 100 beat.
I told you I was going to win. Windows 11 takes gaming to another level. And when I told you I was going to win. Windows 11 takes gaming to another level. And when
Auto Owners protects your home.
FGCU 82, Southeastern Louisiana 64. Scoring has slowed down here in the later stages of the second half, but the Eagles maintaining a healthy lead here in their second game of 3 this weekend. Victor Rosa back in for FGCU. He got the inbound there. Look at the fadeaway 3 at the buzzer, no. And here come the Lions. McFarland to Okafor. Hands off to Claire Joe. Okafor, a deep, deep 3, and he got it over Rosario to cut it to 15.
Well, I can tell you right now, Rosario did not expect him to take that shot from where he was.
This is Franco Miller Jr. running the point. And he's double teamed, gets it to Richie. Richie left alone, no. Rosario an offensive board, and he is swatted by Hinton. Rosa saved it along the end line. Now Rosa gets the steal. He's going to tee up another 3, and that one falls in. Victor Rosa on the board with a 3.
He needs that. He does need that.
That snaps a 6-0 Lions run. Claire Joe gives it up. Okafor from that same spot. Now he drives, and a reach-in foul on Rosario. We'll give a couple of free throws to Okafor.
Well, I will tell you this. Rosario's a smart young man because he realized that he was about to pull the trigger. He was about to pull the trigger.
And instead of a potential 3, free throws instead. Okafor makes the first. Has Burkhart made some friends at the scorer's table in his 4 years in the A-Sun?
I mean, if you don't know Tom Hayden, you've never played in this arena. Everybody knows Tom Hayden.
What a great crew down here at the scoring table. I can't remember the last time there's been a mistake with those guys. Years, maybe. Franco Miller Jr. playing catch with Halverson. Halverson in the face of the defender, off the mark. Kasperzik with the rebound. Lob to the corner. Okafor again guarded by Rosario.
He's going to shoot.
There he goes. Around Rosario. A nice pass, and Hinton is fouled. Lions continuing to play tough here down the stretch. And first free throw doesn't go. McFarland and Weir return. There's Miller. Getting it to Richie. The traps are on for the Lions. Under 2 minutes to go, 17-point advantage for FGCU. And they'll have Purdue-Fort Wayne tomorrow at 6. Miller Jr. gives it up. Rosa another three. Too strong, and a foul on the Lions against Claire Joe underneath, and that'll be it for him.
Was that Claire Joe?
Yeah, that's his 5th. Tough night for Claire Joe. 3 for 13 from the field, 8 points as he heads to the bench. As Weir makes the first. 8 points for Weir. Into the corner it goes. On the baseline, it's Okafor. Burkhardt, a good look for 3. Rattles off. Franco Miller, good effort on the rebound, looking to push some tempo. Ahead up to Rosa. Underneath, no look pass. Weir has the reverse lay-in.
A little double figures there for Weir.
Andre Weir spent a semester at Richmond, joined the Eagles mid-season last year, so nearly 1 full calendar year with the program now for Andre. Okafor had it batted around. Corner 3, Burkhardt, no. Miller, the rebound. 3-on-1. Bounce pass, Richie. Richie lays it up and in. FGCU has hit 90 points. That one spins off, no good. And they'll blow the whistle to get some of the subs in. Always a fun moment to get some of those walk-ons into the ball game.
And I don't think people understand how important walk-ons are. They're your scout team. They are the men and women on teams who, if, hey, other players want shots up, hey, no problem, I'm going to be out there for you. So it's always good to see the walk-ons get a chance to get some PT, baby.
Chance Jackson is going to come in here. Along with Kyle Riemenschneider, Fort Myers High School alum. And Lenny Ricca, junior from Weston, Florida. So they get their names on the stat sheet tonight. I believe that is Riemenschneider wearing 35, normally 44.
They're just trying to confuse the stat.
Well, they can't confuse us. FGCU gets it in. That was Jackson tight-roping the sideline. There's Ricca around the screen. Jackson top of the arc with a 7-footer in front of him. Shot clock down to 8.
Ricca better.
That one off the mark from Chance Jackson. Lions pushing. McFarland in the corner. One last shot for Caldwell, and it's good.
They love the 3. Get the ice baths ready, baby.
35 three-point attempts for FGCU and 25 for the Lions. A high-scoring affair, and FGCU is going to get their 3rd win at home this week. 90-71. That is their largest margin of victory against a Division I team this season. FGCU is 5-2, and the Lions fall to 3-4, but 0-4 against Division I competition. Stay tuned. Michael Fly going to join us here in just a minute to discuss this one, and a lot to